Mikey vs Tanzawa is another popular debate among anime fans because of how similar these two are, both being very short, but dangerous unpredictable gang leaders. They both also have a childish goofy side that makes them seem like easygoing kids and have a more level-headed mature vice president in Drayton and Kaname. Tanzawa is low 9B wall level. This is the tier for characters that stand above the threshold of even peak humans. Low superhumans, which many capable fighters including Tom and Mickey is also a part of. Mikey is scaled at 9B, possibly higher with Dark Impulse. The same tier as Akin, with the possibility of him being in a higher tier when he is finding under the influence of his Dark Impulse. 9B characters are capable of destroying solid steel, brick structures and doors with ease, and also have superhuman speed as well. Tanzawa has subsonic reaction speed with under peak human travel speed. Subsonic is the speed considered faster than I, which most tier 9B characters have as their speed. When Tanzawa was just a young innocent boy, him and his mother were abused by a Yakuza member who forced Akin's mom into prostitution. Tanzawa tried to kill the man and in turn was hospitalized with severe head and body injuries. These brain surgery he received although gifted him with abnormal abilities. These abilities include Tanzawa can see attacks in slow motion, as he likes to say, meaning his reaction time is better than the normal human. This fact is shown several times in the series, not being hit in 95% of the fights he's been in and only really being hit by Tatsuya. He dodged a fully bloodlusted baseball bat swing from Murayuaya at point-blank range at the last second, able to blitz Keigo faster than I a second after he stabbed Josuke Minagawa, defeated several enemies in seconds without Tatsuya noticing before turning around. Mickey has supersonic reaction speed with superhuman travel speed. Supersonic is faster than the speed of sound. Most characters with this much speed come from fantasy shounen type verses with an unrealistic scaling. Mikey is widely known as the fastest character in Tokyo Revengers with faster than I attack speed. When Mikey is serious in a fight, you almost never see his attack coming, which is why 95% of his opponents are unconscious after the first attack. Mikey once beat all the Toman members in a race and it wasn't close from start to finish, showcasing at the start of the series he is base peak human superhuman. Mikey also has subsonic attack speed, catching his opponents off guard with his signature roundhouse kick almost every time, unless he underestimates his opponents like he did Shuji Hanma, which resulted in the kick being blocked. But if you noticed during Valhalla arc, when Hanma tried to stop Mikey from ending the war, he never saw Mikey's kick coming because Mikey was fighting serious and bloodlusted after Baji's death. This was first example of subsonic attack speed. Mikey was also subsonic when he knocked out Teiju Shiba. This is the first time we got a glimpse of Mikey's dark impulsivity, or another me as Mikey likes to refer to it. He lets Teiju hit him to punish himself for letting Mitsuya get hurt and to stay in control of himself. Then Mikey proceeds to knock Teiju out after explaining his actions. Takemichi and the Valhalla captain seen all events up to this moment, but right as Mikey goes on the attack, he disappears from the side of Takemichi, Kako, Inupi, Chifuyu, Hake, Yuzuga and Mitsuya, with all of them having late reactions asking what happened. Mikey and Izana are widely known as the fastest Tokyo Revengers characters, with others such as Wakasa, Senju, Kikucho and Chifuyu being notable speedsters. However, Mickey and Izana are on entirely different levels. They both can outpace or dodge gun bullets, which makes them supersonic to hypersonic reactive. In chapter 176 we can see Izana outpace Kisuki's Barata M9 that he already shot before Izana even moved to save Kikucho's life. To pull this feat out, he had to be traveling faster than 381 meters per second, which is supersonic. A lot of people may think, oh, that's impossible, there are just normal teens. In a verse with time travel and OP teens, anything is possible. There were no panels showing Izana move before the gun was shot, so I can confidently say this. Mikey, who was also recognized as a genius-level prodigy in martial arts, was also looked at as a benchmark for his family's dojo and the many students that attended. Having achieved black belt level at a very young age, kids like Baji didn't understand why Mikey still needed to train if he already perfected his technique. What Baji didn't know was Mikey practices multiple martial arts at a time. A lot of fans think Mikey only uses Taekwondo because of his signature roundhouse kick, but that is false. Taekwondo users train in Debunked uniforms which Mikey was never seen wearing. He and Baji wore karate gis in their backstory. Ken Wackett firmly stated Mikey mostly kicks when he fights taller opponents to shorten the height difference since his balance, rebounding and flexibility is second to none. All of Mikey's opponents have been significantly taller than him besides Kazutora and Izana. Also, most of Mikey fights end after the first attack is thrown, so we don't get to see his full arsenal because of how strong his attacks are. Throughout Tokyo Revengers manga, Mikey has been seen using karate kyokushin, taekwondo, kung fu, and his signature jujutsu ground and pound style which he used to kill Kazutora, Tyranno South and put Takemichi into a coma for 3 days. The way Mikey raises his kicks and his posture is the same fundamentals as a Muay Thai user as well. Mikey also knows how to use drunken fist, which is a form of taekwondo, and is a master of disarticulation, which is the separation of bones from joints. Now add all of that with the fact he can destroy cars with bad balance on a single kick, and moves at subsonic speeds. Mikey wins low to mid div. Tanzawa may be strong in the outburst, but Tokyo Revengers characters have shown to be on a different level. If Tanzawa was a Tokyo Revengers character, he would be around the level of Angry Kaida. Strong and fast with perfect counters. But the speed, power and experience of Mikey would be too much to overcome. Not to mention he is very durable and can tank punches from Teiju Shiba, Tyranno South and Drayton, who all have the power to send entire bodies flying meters away with attacks. Akin would end up in a situation similar to Kakacho when he was hitting Mikey without getting a reaction, or Mikey even blocking the hits. Even Drayton, who defeated 100 military-trained Black Dragon members that frequently sold their violence for money, couldn't beat Mikey when he Drayton help from Mitsuya, Chifuyu and Payan. Which just shows how much stronger Mikey is than even the strongest TR characters. Both of these characters have unmatched charisma and influence for their young ages, gaining the loyalty and trust of some of the most feared monsters in their respective series. Mikey is blessed with unparalleled charisma, something noted by both insiders and rival delinquents, which allows him to maintain his crew in line and garner the respect of other gang leaders. This charisma is, however, a double-edged sword, as while he has the potential to rally and lead the entire delinquent world under his banner, this power can easily become distorted and incredibly destructive. By manipulating Mikey into evil, third parties are effectively capable of weaponizing Mikey's charisma for their own agenda, creating the most dangerous gangs possible in the present in multiple timelines while ruling behind scenes as the true masterminds. Mikey has been the leader or president of every gang he has been a part of since his early youth. He has led Toman, Kanto Manji, Valhalla, and Bonton the Yakuza as their feared and respected leader. Mikey's influence leads his gangs to be number one in every timeline in Tokyo Revengers, with the gang never losing a fight unless Mikey kills his opponents, forcing an absorption of the gang. Mickey's biggest enemies even eventually become his underlings due to his major influence and charisma. Tanzawa is the leader of the 7th generation Killahito. He also shares Mikey's influence and charisma, even though his influence only spreads through his surrounding area. He is a laid-back type of leader who always is honest with his underlings even about the possibility of losing wars, which makes his peers respect him even more for his fearlessness. Tanzawa is also a feared, respected leader by his peers and other gangs due to his fighting prowess and loyalty to fellow members. He has a no-exception rule of never forgiving someone who lays a hand on his friends, and will even dismiss a member from the gang for infighting. Mikey has only banned members from meets for infighting. Tanzawa's goal isn't yet revealed and we don't know whose side he's really on yet, but from what we've read he's a pretty solid leader. Easily the best in Killahito and out. Overall, Mikey and Tanzawa are the same type of leader, but Mikey's influence has reached farther than just the area he is in, with Bonton eventually becoming the #1 Yakuza organization in all of Japan. However, Tanzawa has the better mental state to be a leader, and I don't think he would be manipulated multiple times like Mikey ultimately was by Kisaki. Tanzawa is in the middle of an infighting war between generations, so we will see if his leadership can lead him to victory like Mikey usually does. Mikey also moved out of his grandfather's dojo and now lives in a luxury high-rise apartment downtown at 18 years old. Meaning he has already started his life as a Yakuza boss. Something Tanzawa has yet to accomplish.